in our new farming simulator series. I have my day off. I like taking naps. So, what were we doing in the last episode? In the last episode that was filmed, that happened earlier today, we sowed 2 fields, bought some equipment, and now it's time to speed up time on these fields here, watch them grow, and then we're going to fertilize them. So, let's do that. Time scale. I go with 120. And then when this hits... Hey, what's up, Locksmith? How you doing, sir? Welcome to the chat. We're sitting here in our case waiting for the first growth patch to show up right here. And let's see where we're at on the map as far as growth goes. We're still bright green, which means growing, and then soil composition. Take that off, and we see that we are fertilized. The first fertilization period is already done because our seeder is also a fertilizer. Then whenever this grows to our first one, Green Place, hey, how you doing? Whenever this grows, whenever it sprouts the tops out of the ground here, we can fertilize the second bit. And in Farming Simulator 2017, you've got to fertilize 3 times. And this radio is really starting to annoy me. Country, rock, pop, electro. We'll go with rock. No, we'll go with pop. There we go. Oh, I'm doing just fine. I took a short nap, got some stuff done, and now it's back to the farming simulator. We're waiting on these crops to pop up that we had planted. And as you can see at the top right hand corner, time is going by rather quickly. It needs to go by a little bit quicker. However, I was looking at some of these maps, some of the new maps that they've got, and some of them look pretty good. We might just take some time out to just look at maps here in the future, maybe, because some of these maps look pretty good. I've never seen them, you know. I've just there we go. Now slow down time here to real time. There we go. We've got our first our fertilizer, and then we need liquid fertilizer in our tanks. I don't know if that's in there already or not. Let me see here. Where's the hookups on this thing? I think they're on the other side. I think, wait a minute. Here we go. Let's back up here. Pick it up. Alright, there's one picked up. And they're full already, which is nice. Attach that. And now we've got 2,200 liters of fertilizer. Let's go out here to the corner of the field. We need to zoom way out for this. And we are going to, let me see, how do I select, change tool selection, triangle. There we go. Unfold sower. All right. Now, let's go ahead and lower and turn it on. There we go. And now, as you can see, the part that I'm going over gets darker as I go. So that means it's fertilized for the second time. So the first fertilization was when we actually sowed the field. It fertilized at the same time it sowed. And then this will be the second fertilization, and then we got to wait for it to grow one more time, do the third fertilization, and then we can leave it alone until it's time to harvest. And thankfully this isn't as long a process, I don't think, as actually sowing, because this is a larger implement. It covers more ground quicker, so that's a good thing. I think we can zoom in just a little bit more here. So this is our wheat field, and then the other field, this is field 3, our wheat field, and then the other field is our barley field. So we're going to have lots of wheat and barley to get whenever this gets finished growing. We're going to have a ton of money to play with, hopefully. But that's all subjective, because, you know, a ton of money is all dependent on the fields that you're looking to buy, and I only own the 2 smallest fields on this map, and the other fields are just gigantic. So but if you want any type of good harvest, you've got to fertilize. It's just a must in this game. It almost doubles your crop yield by fertilizing. Then I think your field needs to be plowed too. So after we get done with this crop, we'll probably have to plow these fields also. This might take longer than I thought. I wish I could just speed up time for you guys. But this is what it is. This is the game. So the music's actually not bad. The 2015 version didn't even have radio, and it was really annoying, the fact that it didn't have radio at all. So this is a nice addition to the game. Actual music in the game. Now we're definitely going to have to zoom out, because I need to keep track of where I'm going here. And we're going to turn on the sprayer. So each line is going to eat up about, looks like about 1/6 of a tank. So I'm going to be able to do about 6 lines before I need to refill. So I want to be as efficient as possible. I don't want to overlap too much, because you're just wasting it then. But you don't want to miss any spots either. Drink some coffee. Hope I don't get flagged for copyright infringement because of the music. But I don't think I will. I think they purposely went with copyright-free music for the game. Hopefully. I'm not sure. I don't know. It'd be the first time I ever got flagged for copyright, so... This is very, what would you call it? Meditative for me. Very meditative. How did you get interested in this game? Asked Grammy. Well, Grammy, I watched another YouTuber named Isaac. No, it wasn't Isaac Arthur. It's Arthur Chapman. There's another YouTuber out there named Arthur Chapman, and he liked to play it. And I saw it on Steam, but you know my system won't run it. You know, on PC. And then I heard it was coming to PlayStation. And I got really excited about it. And you know, I keep my eye on the whole simulation scene, so that's kind of how I heard about it. Relaxive is the right word. Yeah, definitely therapeutic as heck. It will be your next gaming purchase. When does 2018 come out? Actually, Colt, or K5RTO, excuse me. Actually, it comes out every 2 years, right? So the 2018 version will be a mobile version of the game, and they switch years. So 1 year they leapfrog years. So the console PC version of the game only comes out on the odd number years, and then the mobile version comes out on the even number years. If that makes sense. How much does it cost on PS4? Well, you can get it used probably for about 20 bucks. But if you go to the store and download it, it's like 60. So it's just one of those things where the store is really proud of this game for some reason. I don't know why. Don't ask me. And what did I do here? Oh, lower the sprayer. Turn it on. Let's go. Yeah, it looks like I'm gonna get about 6 rows. Hopefully that's enough to do this entire field. I'm not sure. I don't think it will be though. We shall find out. Always looking for a game for my son's Christmas. Oh, for my son for Christmas. Yeah, this would be definitely a good Christmas present, especially if you get it used. You get a lot for your money if you buy this used, especially with all the mods that they have. You know, when I bought this, I think it came with about 2 or 3 maps, and then they added mods to it. And now I think there's like 10 maps that are available, and there's just tons and tons of equipment available, and all the mods are free. So. Buck, this is a really good game. Which that's always important to me too. I don't want to spend $30 on a one-trick pony. You know what I mean? You want replayability value is a must with any type of game that's going to cost that much. So definitely not a one-trick pony. I can get a tank truck out here, Colt. There's plenty of equipment that you can fill up and then bring it out to your fields, so you don't have to keep on going back to your farm. But they all cost money, so it's one of those things to work towards. As a matter of fact, there's different types of fertilization. You've got your solid, like nitrogen type based fertilization. You've got this type, which is like a liquid fertilization. Then you've got, once you get into livestock, you can actually take cow manure and a spreader and bring it out here and spread cow manure out on your field to fertilize. So there's also that type of fertilization. Then you've got a cover crop fertilization, which you actually grow a cover crop to cover the topsoil, and then you till it back in, and that fertilizes it. So there's like 4 different types of fertilization that you can go through, and it is all kind of based on how you want to, what's going to make the most sense to your farm on how to fertilize. So it's an economics problem, really. I got Arc, and that's a high replay value, but it's very hard and you die a lot. Whereas I die even more, but you get to collect and tame animals, build forts, and create tribes. Yeah, I've really wanted to try Arc because of that whole fort building and taming animals and stuff. I think that'd be pretty fun, but I don't know. I really don't have the money for it. If I could buy it, I don't know, is it only digital download? Because I'd like to buy it used and get it that way. But you've got multi-million-dollar pieces of equipment that you can get on here, Colt. I mean, it's just huge. And it's all equipment that you could buy in real life if you had the money. There's even forestry options and everything. They've got these big forestry machines that when you buy them, I think it's a multi-million-dollar machine, but when you buy it, it's got an arm and a saw on the end of the arm where it clamps onto the tree, saws it, turns it sideways, and then spits it out in chunks and takes all the branches off at the same time. It's really crazy, and it makes logging super fast. Then all you gotta do is put it on one of your logging trucks and then take it to the lumber mill and sell it. It's great. It's really fun. Looks like we're about down to half, and we're on our 4th row, which means we're probably going to get about 8 rows out of this. Almost 8. Then you've got all sorts of different options on but it all takes specialized equipment on how to make money. We got it at GameStop for $39 on disc. I play the Geeknip Gang server, but you can play it by yourself or in a server, so it's worth the money for me. Okay, all right, Grammy. I might end up having to pick that up. You know, Flurb's got Arc too, and he enjoys the heck out of it. I would really love to build forts and bases and stuff like that. I think that'd be really fun to keep the baddie animals out and the humans. Star and I used to own a farm down in South Texas. Tough life. We had 30 head of cattle, goats, pigs, chickens, and grew coastal for feed, bailed it up, etc. It was completely self-sufficient. Alas, tough to make a living. Yeah, it is. It's not an easy living, and that's the way. That's the way. You know, if you looked at it by just sheer real estate, that's how most of America makes its living. So it's tough. It's not like city life, where you go to a job for 40 hours a day and then call it quits for the weekend, or 40 hours a week and then call it quits for the weekend. It's not like that. It's a lot of hours that goes into it, a lot of hard work that goes into it. But like I said, you know, I really like Farming Simulator for some odd reason. I don't know why. Don't ask me. It's an odd Such a great life, though. Peaceful. Yeah, indeed. Indeed. Very peaceful. I'd like to go deer hunting in this game, though. I think that would be a great, like, off-season activity that they could come up with. I think that's the next thing that they really need to add into this game is off-season activities, or make farming year-round a year-round activity, and put seasons into the game. That'd be nice. We've got plenty of fertilizer. Do we have plenty of fertilizer? Oh, we're in our second tank now. Are we not? I think we are. Yeah, they're continuing to add mods called since it's a 2-year cycle. It's a 2-year cycle on the development time of the game. While they're developing the game, the mod community is still making mods, and all they got to do is basically just copy and paste it into the menu. And you can compatible with PS4, and the base code itself is compatible with PS4, so it makes it pretty easy to convert it over. So yeah, the modding community is still making mods, and they're adding them into the game as the life cycle of the game continues. So yeah, they come out with mods all the time. Maybe after I get done with these 2 fields, fertilizing them, I'll take you to the mod menu and show you all the mods that they have. They have a gigantic number of mods, and it's way bigger than what it was when I quit playing the game a while back. A really great game for PS4 is Fishing Planet. You go fishing all over the states, and you earn different types of fishing equipment, and it's pretty relaxing. Oh, okay. I might check that out. Fishing Planet, huh? There's so much that they could do with this game. They could even add fishing into this game, you know, and you could go fishing while you're waiting for your crops to grow or something, you know. I think they just need to do something with the downtime in this game, and I think that it would be a super big hit, you know. But you've got vehicles you can get, like cars and trucks. You got huge tractors that are just gigantic, like quad track tractors, like Case quad tracks that have like tank tracks on them. They're so big, you know. Just a huge variety of implements, vehicles. It's craziness. You've got European stuff, American stuff. I think they've got a couple of Asian made vehicles. Grammy says that the fishing game is a little bit more adult. It's not really good for kids. Yeah, my kids don't like Farming Simulator too much. Generally, my kids don't play anything I play, except for Destiny. My son will play Destiny. But I find Destiny a little bit, it's a little bit more on the kid-friendly end of the spectrum than most of the stuff I play. Like, when Gran Turismo comes out, I want to get that, and that's definitely not on the kid-friendly spectrum at all. So. Are we gonna get done with this field in one refill? I don't think we are. I think we're gonna have to do at least one more. We're gonna have to do one refill, and then we'll be done. Another free one that is kind of fun is Crossout. That's a Mad Max-like auto tank building, and then you go out shooting others in a team or alone. Oh, that's cool. Huh. Grammy says that she got Destiny 1, but she's the one that ended up playing it a lot. There's a lot of good free games on the PS4. This, I think, for obvious reasons, isn't a free to play. Which the ones on console are free to play. I think. Not console. The ones on mobile are free to play, I believe. But there's in-game purchases, I think. Whereas this, you buy the game once, and I think they come out with DLC packs, but it's generally equipment packs. They'll come out with a whole nother brand of equipment that you can buy, but it's not game changing. Whereas the mods generally are the most game changing part, and they're free. So definitely most bang for your buck. I am playing No Man's Sky, Ark, Horizon Zero Dawn, and Warframe, plus all the ones that I make videos of. Yep. Warframe is a pretty good free to play. Just like World of Tanks is a really good free to play. War Thunder, really good free to play. I think you get the funny thing about a free to play is that you're never gonna feel like you're getting what your money's worth out of them when you do spend your money, but until you spend your money, you're getting way more. You're getting a lot for nothing, you know. And so it's kind of like any other free to play in the free to play model. You know, like on mobile, they've got these $99 packages that basically will take you to in-game content quick, like in a few minutes, and it's just like, okay, but it cost me $99 to get to in-game content on a free-to-play game. It's not worth the money, you know. Whereas a game like this, you spend $60 and you just keep on getting more free content, and more free content, and more free content afterwards. So, and that's a model I can get behind right there. But free-to-plays are good because it takes no initial investment to get into the game, which is nice. So, potato, tomato, you know. Alright. It looks like we've got about one more go, and then we're going to have to refill. Now, if you hire a worker to run your thing right here, he doesn't need to go refill. Like, it automatically refills a worker, but you've got to pay your worker at the same time. And whatever he automatically refills, you're still charged for it. So it just saves you the trip of having to go back. Plus, you got to pay somebody to do it. Yes, Farm Sim is multiplayer, very multiplayer. Yeah, if like, let's say, Colt, you start a farm and then I hop in, you can set what I get paid, like for any activity. What is every time you make money, you can set the percentage of the cut that I make. So then some of your money will go into my bank account, and then I can spend it on what I want, and then you can do a whole multiplayer map where whoever wants to play can play, and they can even have their own equipment and stuff like that, and you can work together on a farm. So what we do is we get a couple of tractors, and we can work on the fields at the same time, and then profit share. It's pretty fun. Pretty neat. I think Warframe is really good for free. It's really complicated. They have a card system. You have to add your armor and guns, and sure, you had to spend money for the really good stuff. Yeah, that's what I don't like about free-to-play games, is that, you know, you gotta spend money to be in the club. Especially like these games that have, I play a lot of mobile games, and they all have, not all of them, but some of them have like VIP status, you know, where, oh, you paid money, you've got VIP status, and it shows everybody, ooh, look at his VIP status. It's kind of ridiculous. All right, we're down to 66 liters, 64 liters, 62 liters. Can we make it all the way? We're quickly running out of liters. We got 50 liters, 40, down to 40 liters. I really don't think we're going to make it to the end of this thing. 30 liters. 20. 15. 10. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. And that's it. Now we got to go refill. We almost made it. Let's fold up our sprayer here so we don't get it caught on anything. Let's see how much money we just spent on fertilizer. I think this is down here is liquid fertilizer, I believe. Maybe. Yeah. Ooh, that hurts. Look at my money just going down the tubes here. I just convinced Star to get Farm Sim 17. Woohoo! Awesome. Yay, I'll be able to play Farm Sim 17 with cold. Alright, change my tool selection here. And I gotta refill it. So we've spent over $2 grand already in fertilizer costs. So altogether we spent about a little over $3 grand in fertilizer. But man, is this going to be a haul whenever we get done. Awesome. Well, I can't wait. Now you got me all excited to play Farm Sim with you. Love this game. Absolutely love this game. It's probably still one of my, if not one of my favorite games on PS4. Fold out our implement here. All right. And turn on sprayer. Bam. Back in business. Back in business. And then there's you can make money in selling wood chips, you know, through forestry. If you wanted to make a bunch of wood chips and then sell them to the power plant that burns wood chips. They've got a small power plant that burns wood chips. Then you've got the actual lumber itself that you can sell. Also, there is silage that you can sell, and you can produce silage to either feed cows, sell it to the ethanol plant, and they'll make ethanol out of the silage. You make silage out of corn or grass. You can even bale up your silage and wrap it and ferment it that way, or just ferment it on the ground with a big tarp. You'd buy front-end loaders, bulldozers, chainsaws, all sorts of stuff. It's just ridiculous the amount of content in this game. It's crazy. But everybody starts out doing this right here. Everybody just starts out farming with your little teeny, you know, regular average everyday Joe farming implements. Zoom out here a little bit. Not a game for me. I have a hard time farming in any game I play. I do animation to relax, but I will ask my son if he would be interested. Okay, cool. Yeah, you know, it's just farming, you know. You're just farming. Wow, this music kind of sounds like Mission Impossible, doesn't it? I think they stole that riff from Mission Impossible. That's definitely Mission Impossible. Which, if you think about it, really kind of fits. One man, one farm, one season. I don't farm in Minecraft. Who doesn't farm in Minecraft? Minecraft's another really good game I like to play. I don't farm an Ark, though I'm thinking I will have to. Yeah, you might have to farm an Ark. Yeah, you definitely have to farm in Farming Simulator. There's no getting around it. This is your mission, should you choose to accept it. One man on a farm on the edge of reality. Coming this summer. Almost done. Then we can go do field 5 and then do it one more time, and then we'll be ready to start harvesting and making some real money. So I'm guessing that there's probably 15 to 20,000 liters on each one of these rows from the harvester. And then on top of that, if we get a baler, we can go through here, bale all the hay or straw, and bale all the straw, and then and go sell that too. But the balers, I think, start at about 50 grand. So, you know, one of those things. But it shouldn't take as long to do field 5 as it is for us to do this field. Field 3 is, I think, twice as big as field 5. Yeah, we'll look into that. Like I said, balers start out about 50,000. Then you need some way to move the bales, which means we're gonna have to put like some sort of front end loader attachment on the tractor that we have here, if we can. How many acres is this field? I'm not sure how many acres this field is. And they do it in hectares. But yeah, I'm not really sure. This is probably 15 to 20 hectares, probably. I'm guessing. Maybe. I don't know. I'm just judging by my experience on the game. It's probably about 15 to 20 hectares. And you buy the field by the hectare. It'll tell you how big each field is before you buy it, and it's got a preset price for each for hectare for the entire. But you're never paying more per hectare over here than you are over here. However, you can do missions. I remember playing about 3K for paying about 3K for 30 acres of nitrogen fertilizer. Yeah, that sounds about right. That sounds about right. At least for in-game. I'm not a farmer for real. So I don't really know, but yeah, that sounds about right. I think my wife just yawned. But yeah, I'll show you after I get done with this field. I'll show you some of the stuff that you can buy in the game. Some of the stuff that you'd want to save your money for that makes farming a lot more efficient than the way I'm doing it right now. Is not inefficient, but there's a lot more efficient ways to do it. Definitely. And I'll show you. And then you get a lot of different crops that are a lot more profitable, but you need specialized equipment in order to get started. So I'll take you through all that stuff. Show you kind of what you can get into. Alright, we're almost done with field 3. Beautiful thing. Fertilized field is a beautiful thing. So we're probably up to about 1.6 by now, I think. It adds 0.2 every time you fertilize the field, so we're about 1.6 times the yield if we left it here, but we'd want to fertilize it one more time to get up to 1.8. So go, well, no, I guess it'd be 8 divided by 3. Yeah, something like that. I don't know. Something like that. It doesn't come out very even. Oh, plus plowing your field too. You got to plow your field every 3 times that you harvest. So every 3 times you harvest, you've got to completely till the ground. Or else your yields start going down. There's a lot of work involved there. All right. Nice scenery in the background too. This is a beautiful game. The traffic is a pain in the butt sometimes. 1 hectare is 2.471 acres. Okay. All right. So yeah, this is probably about 15 or 20 hectares or hectares, however you want to say it. I'm guessing. So times that by that, and that's your answer. So it's a lot of acres. Mucho acres, sir. Oh, I was going to tell you that if you go to each one of these farms and work for them, you gain sort of like favor with the farmer, right, that owns it. And when you go to buy their field, they'll give you a discount on how friendly they are with you. So if they're really friendly with you, they like, oh yeah, well this is my fellow farmer over here, and I've been wanting to get out of the biz anyway. You know, they might cut you a deal, or they will cut you a deal. I think up to 30% off, 30 or 50% off, somewhere in there. The regular price. So that's good. So you can really expand your farm. And some of these maps are much more beautiful than this one. Some of the European maps are gorgeous. This is more of American Heartland type area here. All right, and we are done fertilizing field 3. All right, so let's go to the store here. You've got harvesters. You can get all the way up to these really big harvesters like this New Holland that for 430 grand. Huge harvester, man, and some of the headers on these things are gigantic. Like this New Holland right here for 59 grand, or this case, they are 37.7 meters, which times that by 3 is like 50-foot headers, something like that. Beet harvesting. So if you wanted to get into beet harvesting, this is the equipment that you got to buy. Beet sowing, beet harvesting. If you want to get into beets, forage harvesters. This is for specifically like turning corn into silage. Yeah, building the farmer rep. Indeed, sir. Let me see. Oh, you got semi trucks that you can buy also to carry your trailers, which you can get like miscellaneous stuff here. This erases fields. This is a fuel thing right here. You've got floodlights. You've got all kinds of stuff. This is actually a machine that can restore the initial ground state. So you can get rid of fields and then bring them back to the initial state that they were in. Forestry equipment. This is like a chipper. This is a hauler, like a log hauler. And then here is the Scorpion King. This thing is ridiculous. It costs 317 grand, and it just goes through trees like butter. I mean, just choo, 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 choo. It's crazy. Front end loaders. Of course, you got your different buckets and attachments and stuff. They start at 145 grand and go all the way up to 165 grand. What else? You got different headers, plows, cultivators. They start out real small and go to really gigantic. I mean, just huge. So, like this thing. This thing is 12 meters. Once you open it up, it's 12 meters across. But it takes 21 kilowatts of power and 300 horsepower to run it. So you're going to need tractors. Look at these tractors. These are all real life tractors that you can go to some dealership and buy. It's just like a never ending amount of tractors. Look at this case quad track. 412,000. The Challenger, 425,000. I mean, just gigantic tractors, man. Gigantic. They all have in cab models. Then you got baling technology here. You got bale picker uppers. What are they called? Bale collectors. I like to call them bale picker uppers. bale trailers, different balers, all sorts of stuff, man. So you can bale all this stuff and then take it to market. What is this? A 4-stack 812. A bale collector eases the collection of bales. Okay. So yeah. Oh, and then on top of that, chainsaws. Get chainsaws. And then you've got pallets. This is like your fertilizer and your seed. You can plant trees, like through saplings. You plant saplings so you can cut them down later. You've also got animals that you can buy, different cars that you can buy. You can get them in different colors and stuff like that. You got levelers where you can actually level out your silage pits and stuff like that. Skid steers. Those are handy for handling like potatoes and all sorts of stuff. Telehandlers. What else? Miscellaneous. But I mean, just all kinds of equipment. Sprayers. Look at this. Look at that huge sprayer. 237 grand. New Holland sprayer. It drives itself. Let's see. Where are the fertilizers? Fertilizer trucks. Manure spreaders. There you go. These are all things that you can use to spread manure. So you can take one of your front end loaders or whatever, grab a bunch of manure, put it in there, and then drive this over your crop to spread manure out on your crop. There you go. So yeah, all stuff that I can't afford yet. All right, let's go over here and refill our tanks. Ooh, we're getting down to the nitty gritty here. Alright, here we go. Now it's down to field 5. Getting down to the nitty gritty on our cashola. We might go broke by the time we get these things fertilized. But we can always take out a loan from the bank if we have to. You do have a loan limit, though. You can't just take out as much as you want. Yeah, this is really all-encompassing. See you later, Grammy. Yeah, it's definitely all-encompassing. They've thought of just about every way to make money on a farm you can. You can even sell your grass clippings. I mean, that's you get a something you haul behind your. If you hook up a grass cutting implement on the front of your tractor and then hook up a collector on the back, you can actually take the collected grass clippings and sell them. Or you can convert them into silage and feed them to your cows or whatever. Also popped up on field 5 too. Field 5 shouldn't take quite as long. Get a nice straight line going here. And this is our barley. We got wheat on the other field, and then we got barley on this one. Just kind of diversify a little bit. It's almost the same exact crop as far as pricing goes and demand. But if one is bigger than the other, then you can kind of you can still make money on selling one and keeping the other until the price goes up. And it's very important if you want to maximize your profits in this game to diversify your crops. That way, you can keep that crop in storage until the demand meets whatever marker you've got set for yourself to sell it at. Let's change the radio station. let's put it on. I'm gonna put it on. I'm gonna put it on. Activate cruise control. There we go. Activate cruise control. Now I don't even have to press the button. And I can just mess around with the radio. No, a little bit too slow. There we go. A little bit of rock. I like to play around with the camera whenever I'm on cruise control. And turn off sprayer. All right. Well, I can tell that this isn't going to be a huge hit on my channel already. But that's okay. I really like playing this game. Hopefully, Fleur will play with me at some point. Of course, I got to work this weekend, so I'm not going to be able to play this weekend. I got to work Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Yet again. This is my last day off until Monday. So, it's kind of is what it is there. Unless I call in sick. The graphics on the background here are not that great. Severely low fidelity graphics on the background. But hey, you don't look at the background a whole lot, do you? Xbox Gamer Boy, it's time to play truth. Play two truth and a lie. Here we go. Uh-oh. Thanks for entertaining people, Xbox. Because I'm not doing a very good job. Alright, what's two truth and a lie? Do tell. I've played Farm Sim 17. This game is $35 on Steam. I might get it. I don't know, says Locksmith. It's definitely got a like I said, bang for your buck. There's not a whole lot of sims out there that have as much bang for your buck as Farming Simulator 2017. And I'm not trying to sell it to you, because if you get it on Steam, I'm not gonna be able to play it with you anyway. But I'm not disappointed with it at all. Aw, my son's mad. My son just came home. He saw me playing. And got mad. I might have to let him play after I get this field. After I get this field fertilized, I guess I'll let him play. I have Black Ops 3 and I have GTA 5. Which one is the truth and which one is a lie? I would say that Xbox Gamer Boy has Black Ops 3. Or you could have both. I don't care which one you've got, actually. I don't play either one of those games, so... 50-50 shot, where's the fun? That's just guessing game. Yeah, that's true. I don't play either one of those games. You heard that, I heard some news today that Activision actually patented microtransactions. Loot box microtransactions, to be exact. So, apparently, Activision now owns loot boxing in gaming. Oddly enough. Which, you know what? Activision can have it. The loot boxing is stupid anyway. I like Destiny 2, but I liked Destiny 1. I like Destiny 2 more, but they completely ruined the Call of Duty franchise. So if they have loot boxes, I don't know, this new one, the World War II one, I might check it out. My son's mad because I'm on here. What? You were going to get the South Park game, but Steam reviews are so bad. I had the first one, and I had to get rid of it because I got kids in the house. And they were like, ooh, let me play that. No, no. No, sir. You may not play that game. Jacob. Jacob. Come here. Yeah, I don't know. South Park's. I played some of that game, and it just got rude to the point where I just don't want to play it anymore. It's like, nah. You know what? My sense of humor has grown past like 14 years old, so I'm good. Don't get me wrong. There were some funny moments in the game, but it got really repetitive. So. Not that this doesn't get repetitive. I don't know. It's repetitive in a bad way, I guess. Not repetitive, because every game's repetitive. I mean, you can't really say... I mean, that's the nature of any video game, right? Is its repetitive nature. So you can't really... Saying that something's repetitive when you're talking about a video game is kind of like a duh. You know, it's got a high duh factor. Like, duh. It's repetitive. It's a video game. That's the reason we talk about video game mechanics, is because the mechanics, the repetitive part, is what makes the game. It's just a matter of, does it feel repetitive, and that game felt repetitive. So alright, one more and then we'll be done. And I'm going to let my son play. Because he just got home from school. So I'll go ahead and let him play for a little bit. Even though I'm going to be working all weekend. K5RTO asks a good question. K5RTO says, so here's a question. If I caught and ran, if I could run a farm with someone else, could they work and do stuff on the farm while I was offline? No. So what they're doing is they're using local assets in order to sustain the server. So they're using your PlayStation as kind of like a virtual server. So no, you can't. The game environment is not persistent. Xbox Gamer Boy says hi. How's it going? Hi. How you doing, Xbox? So no, you got to be on in order to play. In order for somebody to play your farm, your system is at least got to be on and running. So if you left your PlayStation on while you're at work or something, somebody else could hop on and play it. And you can even set a password too. So if you set a password and like gave it to somebody else, that then they could join your game and play on your farm if they had the password. So yes and no. If your system's off, then no. There's no persistent world, but you can leave your system on and kind of make it persistent. So here we go. We've almost got... oh, my internet quality just went down because my kids came home. I'm guessing cell phones galore and tablets and all sorts of PCs have just turned on the internet since my kids just got home. So now's not the greatest time for streaming anyway. I'm probably gonna lose the stream if I stay on much longer anyway. All right. Well, we don't need to be way out here to see where we're going. If you wanted to, you could even go to this view. And as you can see, the rear view mirrors actually work. You cannot adjust them, I don't think, though. Unfortunately. And it's really hard to see the difference between the fertilized dirt and the unfertilized dirt when you're in the cabin mode. Ah, it's because there's not much unfertilized dirt, that's why. Hey Darby, how you doing? Guess what I found on the PlayStation Store earlier today that I might get you for Christmas? The Sims 4 on PlayStation. Might get you for Christmas. I'll have to see. I'll have to see what my finances looking like. My finances. Alright, and we are complete. And fold her up, raise her up, turn her off, and head back up to the old farm. Do not take tractor driving lessons from me. Ooh, I bet this would be a fun game to play with the HOTAS. I think Flurb tried it with the HOTAS one time. I know that they make like a $300 steering wheel setup for this thing, for this game. I'm not sure if it would be worth it, but I'm just playing with a controller. Burr, burr. Ooh, our tractor's dirty. Generally, when I play by myself, when I'm not streaming, I put country music on while I'm playing this. Like, she thinks my tractor's sexy. It really turns her on. She's always staring at me as I'm chugging along. Alright, we'll go ahead and wash this stuff off. Oh, wrong way. All right. Wash off my tractor. Well, it's almost OCD how I have got to wash off my stuff before I put it back. I just have to. Come on. You know you want to come off there, dirt. There you go. Looks like that's washed off. Look, this stuff didn't even get dirty. Look at that. Alright, well, I think it's all clean now. Ah. Alright. We're gonna go ahead and put, let me see here, we'll drop the front attachment here, back up, and put the rear attachment here. And then that way all we gotta do is park here, and we can put them on next time we need them. And I think that'll be the end of the stream, guys, because we run out of time. I'm sorry. I wish I could have stayed on longer. I know that you guys are gonna miss my extremely entertaining personality and content, but I just don't have any more time. So, thank you, Xbox Gamer Boy, for coming on. Locksmith, thank you for coming on. K5RTO, you're always welcome on the channel. Thank you very much. Grammy Plays, thank you for coming. Anybody else who showed up, thank you. Thank you for showing up and watching the live stream. If you guys like more of this, you know, I'm gonna do more. So if you don't like it, oh well. Anyway, I'll see you guys in the next one.